Well, the media is in full force. We already talked about how Rotten Tomatoes looks like they manipulate their algorithm to push a certain narrative for scores when they want Disney to be happy. But the media does exactly the same thing. All of these companies operate the same way. There's a strategy behind it, and we'll get into that in just a second. All right, my name is John Delarose. I am a #1 best-selling author and comic creator. I'm an award-winning comic creator also. And my book that won awards is The Cosmic Warrior. And this is the collected edition. It's on Indiegogo right now. I'm going to put that link in the description below if you want to check it out. Support the channel. Really appreciate that. I've also got a newsletter, Patreon, Amazon page. Lots of fun stuff for you guys. We don't just complain about Hollywood. We create content over here as an alternative. And thank you, everybody who supports the channel and checks things out. All right, yes, Variety. Eternals reigns supreme. Gizmodo, Eternals still smashes box office. You see it. And you can click on whatever Google results are for Eternals box office, and it'll go the same way down the line. They had a $71 million weekend, and, that can sound kind of big, especially in the COVID era, where movies really aren't making that much. But if you look at it, and you look at what's happening, there's a trend here, and trends are always fun to look at. The last movie that Marvel had, Shang-Chi, which they claimed was a huge success, the greatest of COVID, had 75 million. Oh, this seems a little less than that. And this has a much bigger named cast than, oh boy, uh-oh. That sounds like it cost a lot more money to make this movie than Shang-Chi. Oh, okay, well, let's not get into that just yet. I mean, it's COVID. It's COVID. I mean, it's reigning supreme after all. Next, before that was Black Widow, which was around 80 million at that point. And Black Widow had a problem, they claimed, because Disney Plus aired it at the same time, and it was terrible. It skewed box office results, and it looked bad because of that. Now, Black Widow doing 80 million plus Disney Plus, I don't know exactly what the numbers were on that. Looks like it probably had respectable numbers, unlike Eternals and Shang-Chi. But you definitely see the trend going down on these woke Marvel movies like Eternals. So we are down from 80 million to 75 million to 71 million. And yet they're still claiming it as a success. This is a coordinated media effort. And the media acts like this. And they do it for a strategy for marketing for Disney. One, they will declare it a success. They will declare it a win. They'll say this is stunning and brave, and it's the best movie debut ever for a gay kiss in a superhero film, right? I mean, now they make everything very specific for whatever their quote SJW cause is, because they don't have a cause anymore for like it's the first black man ever in a film. Like, I mean, they can't do that anymore, so they have to be first gay kiss shown in a superhero film, and it's the top one of that, right? So they try to frame things in such a way that no matter what it is, it's a quote success. No matter what it is, it's smashing the box office. It's doing awesome. They have the narrative, and the reason they do this is because companies like Gizmodo or Variety and all that, they actually have access to Disney actors and directors for interviews. Disney gives them access. They get clicks from having those interviews ahead of time for the movies. And so they have to then puff piece up Disney's stuff so that Disney then gives them access the next time. It's a cycle of the media, and that's why our media is so dishonest these days. That's why you turn to people like myself who just provide independent analysis of what's going on. But Bounding Into Comics actually gets it right. They don't get access to any of these companies, so they're actually allowed to report the truth. And this is exactly what I kind of was alluding to at the beginning. Eternals takes spot, unseats Shang-Chi. It makes it sound like it's going to be popular. But no, as the third worst opening weekend for an MCU film. Yes, Shang-Chi was the third worst performing MCU film in history, and Eternals now is performing worse than that. They worked really hard and went overdrive with their marketing machine to try to make sure that Shang-Chi had longer legs and a longer tail than it should have typically in a movie theater setting. I think they're going to try that with Eternals here, and I think they're going to fail. And there's a reason why. Shang-Chi really doesn't upset the family audience, doesn't have the suburban mom audience feeling like there's any problem with it. You go in there and it's some kung fu fantasy movie that, their kids can have fun with that. With this one, they're pushing the LGBT agenda to this degree, where they are really, really trying to get in your face, when they're really to the point where they're just like, you know what, we're just going to pull out of countries like Saudi Arabia, like Dubai and places like that, because we really want to push this agenda this time. People don't want to go see that. So it's not going to have the legs that Shang-Chi had, which didn't even have as big of legs as they promised it would. It looks like we finally are starting to see Disney Marvel unravel in its own failure because of the woke politics that they're pushing, because of the fact that they're being lazy with their movies and not really trying anymore, and finally because Eternals is just a property that doesn't work out. I mean, I know Jack Kirby created it, but he had some good ideas, but there was really never like a great storyline that came out of Eternals to begin with. So they sourced like this like later material by Neil Gaiman, an SJW writer himself, in order to make this movie. And when you're sourcing a copy hack of a source material that really wasn't that good to begin with, you get a copy hack of a copy hack, and you end up with a movie that's just not that exciting. So that's where we're at today. And I look forward to watching this circle down the drain. I love laughing at Disney. I love seeing their failures. I love seeing woke Hollywood get destroyed. And again, that's what we're here to do. If you like just strong action entertainment, again, please back the Cosmic Warrior on Indiegogo. I've got these proofs here at my house right now. We're shipping these out, getting them out to everybody who ordered this, and I appreciate you guys. You're the best audience in the world. All right, let me know what you think about this. Do you think Eternals is a success like the media is claiming? Or do you think the actual numbers of third worst opening in MCU history is real? Let me know down below. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.